Imagine making you wait all this time while I'm just sitting here. What a fucking piece of shit I am, huh? Thank you for enforcing proper conduct, Bookie. I am here! It is time for Tardis Wiki Roulette. It is time. It is time. How are we all doing today? On this wonderful Tardis Wiki Roulette themed day. I am here. I have my big drink. And I am ready for some fun and frolics and frivolity. Let's see who's our top fan right now. Thank you. Oh my goodness! Xavier is kicking ass and taking names. Cookie Boy got me timed out for 30 seconds. That's true. That's true. Cookie Boy did get you timed out for 30 seconds. That is true. You're about to paint a model railway carriage, Xavier? That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Okay, well, why don't we get right to the getting then and spin right to the spinning. Oh no, my headphones plugged in? Not anymore. Not anymore. Alan should make a lovely sound right now.
Yeah, baby.
Yay! It's the drink mixer! Great work, babe. They're telling me to learn to code. Like, I'm not going to learn to code. The problem is, guys, I have this, so I don't need to learn to code. Just a fun fact for those of you out there. I already have those, Bookie. It's all good. I already have those suggestions. Apparently the drink mixer doesn't exist, so now I'm sad and disappointed. Let's spin again. Let's spin again.
Yeah, baby.
Python is easy enough to learn. I'm sure I could do it if I really, really wanted to. I just don't want to at all. That's my, like, issue there. But, like, no, I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could. I mean, it's just ones and zeros, isn't it? The Doctor's Guide to 2012 is a metafictional... Oh, we have an actual article. Oh my god! Oh my god, and it's metafictional! Fuck! Here we go. Well, that's a little off. Let me try and fix that real quick. Breaking it in the process. There we go. Okay. Oh. Ryan, you should recode the point system in Scratch, Junior. No. I'm not going to do it. Not gonna do it. I tell you what, if one of you super chats me £50, then I will consider it. How about that? I will consider fixing it if one of you super chats me £50. How about that? How about that? And know in your heart of hearts that even if you do that, I probably won't do it. And by probably, I mean definitely. But you should still send me £50. Doc type HTML lag head. Is this? Oh, where do I put that in though? Where do I put that in, Bookie? Because I have no idea. I have no idea. And Najawin is already being snooty about it, so we're off to a great start. In January, Earth is said to be invaded by tiny horses from outer space. So tiny, in fact, that nobody other than the Doctor would notice them. The creatures would return home happy after the Doctor gave them some tiny sugar lumps. That's so sweet. That's such a Matt Smith thing. The usually rubbish month of February would be absolutely brilliant because for reasons scientists cannot explain. The entire month smells faintly of blackcurrant except in Doncaster, where everything goes a lovely shade of orange. In March, a meteor in the exact shape of Dermot O'Leary's face comes dangerously close to Earth. It burns up in the atmosphere until it is no bigger than a pea that looks just like Davina McCall. April looks like the most uneventful month in recorded history until a talking dog predicts the end of the world in May. May would instead turn out to be a normal month apart from the talking dogs, which are suddenly everywhere. 11th of June saw a huge Dalek invasion fleet land at the CERN nuclear laboratory in Switzerland before the Doctor could turn up to give them what for. The scientists there accidentally create a black hole, swallows up all the Daleks as well as half of France. Told you so, says a passing dog. July is when the Olympics take place, with lots of people doing runny, jumpy, throwy things despite not being chased by monsters. It would at least turn out to be good practice for escaping an outbreak of man-eating toasters at the end of the month. Oof. Cheese? You want me to put cheese in there? I will put cheese in there, Bookie. No worries. Boom. I will put that on the wheel really quickly, and then I will go back to reading this. As is my wont. How are we doing today, by the way, everyone? I haven't seen you all since, I saw some of you yesterday on Baldur's Dates on Twitch, but I haven't seen most of you since, like, last week. So, like, how have you been doing? Horribly? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. I will put milk on the wheel, though, as a show of good faith and goodwill. Yay! Yeah, no, I don't know. Bad because I had to read HTML. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, maybe you can find a little bit of joy in this. Let's take a look. The Doctor warns readers not to go swimming in November unless they want to get eaten by great big alien sea monsters who've come to Earth for a relaxing holiday, and humans just happen to look exactly like their favourite Marmite flavoured chewing gum. In December, the Doctor wishes the reader a Merry Christmas and remarks how it's easy to get the years mixed up when You are a Time Lord, before talking about how earlier that day he wrote a guide to 2012, only to realise he'd accidentally written the whole thing about 2013 instead. Butter and yogurt as well. I'm noticing a theme to these suggestions, Bookie. I have to say. They are probably all pages, though. Ice cream! Ice cream has to have a page on there. It just has to. Okay, that's all of the suggested updates. Now to go back to reading this. Oh wait, no, that's the end of it? Oh, no! Neither Kurd nor Wei have a page? That sucks. That sucks. Cream does. Cream. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Cream does. Cream. It does indeed. That's true. Hey, I just saw that. Yeah, no, one of my most viewed clips is a clip of me going through the Cream page. It was a good time. It was a good time. Ryan does indeed love Cream. Alright, let me see. Condensed milk! That is quite funny. That is quite funny. How were you not #1 on the chat, Bookie? Because you've definitely written the most messages today. How do you not have the most XP? I call scandalous bullshit on that, I have to say. Alright. Ryan, I'm definitely #1. Because you have to fix your chat system. How do I fix my chat system? I don't know how. It says that Xavier is #1, which is a shame. I gave you an HTML file start. Yeah, but where do I put that? I don't know where to put that. Because I don't know how to code. Where does that go? Like, you could give me that, and as far as I'm concerned, I need to fucking dig a hole in the ground, and fucking put it in the ground, and water it, and hope that a thing pops up. At the beginning of what? I just have a little button here that says top fans, and then I turn it on and off. Where do I put it? This isn't Twitch. Where I can, like, modify that shit. Here, I'll put it in the chat. There. Now I'm on some kind of watch list, I'm sure. Anyway, we need to spin at a wheel again. We need to spin at a wheel again. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, baby.
Gobbledygook the language. We will be grabbing that really quickly. Do not remove though, because I need Coco the Monkey's page as well. They're going to stay. It is only fair that Coco be Coco. Ryan, stop, I'm wearing earphones so that everyone around me can't hear you, so they think I'm rolling on the floor laughing for no reason. I get ya. Apparently seed oils don't have a page. Shaking my head, get on this. Faction Paradox authors who like QAnon. Almond milk. Almond milk? I'll put almond milk on there. I like that the running gag is continuing now. I like this. I like that it's just going to be filled. Alan is just going to be filled with dairy products now, and I'm here for it. I saw something really funny earlier today, and I keep thinking about it, and it's like, it's literally the funniest shit like I've ever seen, but like, I can't think of a way to organically bring it up. in the stream, but it really made me laugh. And I've been having a little giggle to myself about it like all day now. I can't help it. Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Yes, it does, Najawin. Yes, it does. Millingdale and shit. I don't think shit has a page on Tardis Wiki, but it should. It should. It does. That's amazing. It does. You read it? I read it. What? I don't remember. Mate, I've done like 84 of these now, and I feel like I barely remember any of it. Like I've memory hold all of it, I think. It's just, they all blend into one for me. Did we ever do that one slur page we decided we can't remove? Well, can we not? Najawin might have seen the thing that I think is so funny. Because I know that we move in somewhat similar circles. You mean poo? Oh, you mean that word? Yeah, no, I'm not. I can't say that, and I won't say that. It's a very ugly word. No. Well, what does? It looks like you wrote in urinary tract, but I can't tell exactly, Najwa. All right, let's What the hell? I don't know what's going on here. It means racetrack. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, whatever you say, number 3. Alright, I'm gonna spin the wheel. Oh dear.
Yeah, baby.
Here's me thinking that I'd seen the worst of this channel. Hey, in my defense, it was my fucking chat, not me. I might sometimes be a little edgy, but I also am very acutely aware of where the line is. Mikhail Nevenskoy, we did. He was the communist companion to that other Time Lord, who was great. I remember him. We already did him though, so
Yeah,
we're gonna spin the wheel again. Shit! Whipped cream. Alright, I'll put whipped cream on there. Just 1 second. The word shit. Oh god. I love cream. Okay. In a parallel universe, a Time Lord chided a colleague for his language when he... No, don't put that. In a parallel universe, a Time Lord chided a colleague. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you guys what I've been giggling about for the last 20 minutes. I'm gonna do it after I read this article. In a parallel universe, a Time Lord chided a colleague for his language when he reacted to news of the Doctor's escape with the exclamation, "Oh shit!" Cousin Eliza mentioned that the lions in Trafalgar Square gave her the shits. In a fit of rage, Yanto Jones used the word when he once lamented, "Like you care, I clean up your shit, no questions asked, and that's the way you like it." Oh, that's quite spicy. I don't know if it was meant to be, but it feels like it was. It didn't come on. Why bot? What bot? What happened? Don't worry, you deleted it and I didn't see it, so it didn't happen. That's the way this works. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Okay. Ryan, add fuck. I will add fuck to the wheel. It's that kind of day. Okay. It is that kind of day, though. That can't be tonight. Alright, let's do this. Let's finish this article. I've got the giggle so fucking bad. Alright. In a fit of rage, Yanto Jones wants... Right, I read that part. Gwen Cooper used the word when she discovered that she needed all of Torchwood 3's members' eyeprints in order to open the rift. She also used it to describe a piece of modern art as shit. Caitlin Russell, well, you should have it just say she also used it to describe a piece of modern art. You don't need the as shit there. It would be more, like, impactful and better. Just betterer, you know. Caitlin Russell once explained, holy shit, after she and Rhys Williams found a body crushed under plastic. See, that's perfect. Rex Matheson's usage. Rex Matheson told Jack Harkness that he said some crazy shit when he found out about his newfound mortality, when he said bullshit when returning to the US from Heathrow Airport. And after Brian Freakin set him up, he referred to Torchwood's gathered information on FICOR, this FICOR shit, and said, oh shit, when Vera Juarez told him that Jilly Kitzinger was returning to her office where Gwen Cooper was. Rex asked Vera about this dead is dead shit and told his father that his claims he never cared for anybody but himself were bullshit. He said shit when climbing the stairs of the FICOR building after shooting the gentleman, and referred to Jack's talk of his past as that shit. He said shit when a nurse checked to see that he was breathing and had a pulse, and holy shit when he saw Vera in a module. He said shit when he spotted Alan Shapiro arriving at Angelo Colasanto's house, and holy shit at seeing the effect of the null-field generator. He said shit when he mentioned Charlotte Wills' partner, forgetting that she had left Charlotte. He said that the devil within was full of blood and Satan and that kind of shit, and said shit when Charlotte told him that John Podesta's blood was not on file. When Esper Drummond asked for translation, he told Esper not to start with that hugging shit. He said that he had seen some crazy shit with Torchwood, and said oh shit when Esper joined him in going to the blessing. Said this shit hurts when the blessing was attracting Jack's blood within him, and said shit when he learned that Charlotte Wills had been the mole behind the department. In Assimilation Squared, Picard and Wolf used French and Klingon equivalents to the word shit, merde, and kuya, respectively. 50 plus 19? God damn it. I heard that. Oh. All right. So, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I made fun of Faris because I think he made quite an insincere, like, acknowledging the controversy video about him being pals with Ian Levine, even though Ian Levine is, like, a genocide supporter. Well, something has happened in between that, like, only happened today, but like I've had the giggles about it like all day basically. So who among us? Tell us. You want to know now? So I saw this and it made me laugh. It made me titter a lot. Because do you remember when Davis got very mad at the BBC over the Interstellar Song Contest and how they tried to both sides the genocide of the Palestinians, and then Faris was annoyed at Davis because Davis called the people who were both sides in the genocide bullies out of, you know, in my opinion was righteous indignation. say what you will about Davies, but he's right on that point, and that anger comes from like a very human place. But Faries was like, you know, I mean, genocide's one thing, but calling people bullies is out of order. Well, this came out today. This thing what I saw. Here is Faries doing a photo op with some people who are holding a Palestinian flag, and that Palestinian flag is upside down. Which to me suggests quite a lot of insincerity. And also poisoning himself on Twitter, constantly having gore blasted onto his timeline. You talk about Davies? Yes, that is also an issue. But that's not what we're talking about here. This is quite bad though, and I feel like the stuff I said about it being less about really caring about these causes and more like trying to be kind of in with the industry stuff. I feel like that's all kind of been proven to be true a little bit with this. It looks quite bad, let's be honest, and yeah, I don't know, but that's just had me under its spell all day, frankly, and now we're going to go back to regular programming. But I just thought that was quite funny, and I wanted to share it with all of you. Also in the rules, no real world politics. Yeah, well, the thing is that I'm allowed to do that because I'm the host. And also the producer and the director and the managing director. It is actually an incredibly unfair system, believe it or not. But yeah, it's because I know that I can bring up a topic that no one will like argue about, because everyone in this chat broadly agrees that these things are bad. But yeah, no, I just thought that whole thing was very embarrassing and funny, and yeah. I feel like it's a very clear example of trying to like use a horrible tragedy for short-term internet clout, and that's really sad and quite morally bankrupt in my honest opinion. So yeah, I'll accept Ian Linus. Just a polite suggestion to everyone: stay informed, but don't immerse yourself in the trauma. It messes you up. Najawin, that is an excellent point, and that's actually why I have the rules about the real world politics, is because I have a habit of immersing myself in the trauma, and I don't want it to impact the escapist entertainment aspect of this show, because at the end of the day we all have hard fucking lives, and the whole purpose of Tardis Wiki Roulette and write a Doctor Who from scratch is for people to sit back and relax. Now yeah, we can get a bit spicy and we can talk about real world events every now and again, but you've got to be able to like kind of keep your head screwed on properly, you know what I'm saying? It's more about stopping people from having arguments and getting their feelings hurt, because I don't want anyone to get their feelings hurt. I would spend ages looking at images from Syria. It was deeply damaging. I'm so sorry that you went through that. It sounds like it would have been very damaging. But yeah, no, Bookie, it's a lot of laughs, and then every now and again we have to talk about some real shit. But I would argue the quality with which we handle the real shit is why people like this show. Because, I mean, it comes from a real place. Like, the whole thing I was calling out with the fairy stuff, for example, was about insincerity. And I feel like the point I was made, which I was quite afraid to make, because this community of like creators can be very like cliquey. I was quite afraid to even say that last time, and now I feel very, very vindicated in what I said because that happened. Anyway, let's spin the wheel again and go to a new place on this wonderful adventure. But yeah, you saw it here first, folks. Oh god. Alright, here we are. There we are. That's the wheel. how do we go from dairy products to this? Well, sometimes Tardis Wiki Roulette can be an emotional roller coaster, and you just have to be prepared for that. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's spin the wheel!
Yeah, baby.
Tina the Cleaner! We've already done this one. Anyhow, moving on. I mean, I feel like we did it in a respectful manner. I feel like we were good. Confirmation! How about if I start talking in my real voice for a little while? Will that make the pain go down smoother? Wow, Ryan, that was more deep and emotional than Space Babies. I'm so impressed. I have given some bagger speeches on this stream before. I'm not gonna lie. I know how to get serious. I just prefer not to if I can avoid it. But I'm also not going to run from it if I have to. Because I feel like you compromise yourself when you do that. When Steve Zodiac was reported dead. Oh shit, Conclave of all popes? Give me that shit, Najawin. That sounds like fucking fire. That needs to be on the wheel. Let's do this. Let's diggity do this. I am feeling good right now. Quard. Immediately hit with Fireball XL5 and Future One. You mean Duggity do this? Duggity do this? I think I can indeed Duggity do this. Yes. Anyway, we are already on a page, which I have to read now, as is tradition. So yeah, you were asking about the 9 ancestral tenets before. Well, me and Fee watched a documentary about the Liver King earlier, and that's why it's a reference to the Liver King. I didn't know anything about him, and I thought he was a very interesting figure. That's all I'll say. After Danny Douglas reported on Disney XD news that Doctor Who would be coming to Disney XD in the summer, Future One returned from the future in a time machine chat and consider it confirmed. Well, that's exciting. I think the main thing that struck me about the Liver King guy was, you didn't finish the first part? Well, shit. Oh. I mean, alright, fair enough. For the sake of completionism, I guess. When Steve Zodiac was reported dead, Commander Zero told TV Century 21 that he could neither confirm nor deny the report and that a statement would be issued later. Have you read Autumn in the Heavenly Kingdom? It's about the Taiping Rebellion. I have not. Have you read Star Wars Shadows of the Empire? It's about the rebellion against the Galactic Empire. And Dash Rendar. And Prince Zizor. Grim Reaper. Okay. Oh, that's really good. No, that one is infamously bad. What, Shadows of the Empire? It was quite bad, yes. I read the Thrawn trilogy, though. The Thrawn trilogy is good. You are right, though. The Shadows of the Empire is not a good book. It's not a good book at all. Oh, dear. The Stargate. Yay! Stargate. I'll put that one on. I'll pop that one on. Has anyone watched that show, by the way? What, the show Stargate? No. Sorry. Almost died there. Almost regenerated into Jodie Whittaker there. It's so good. Watch it. Xavier, get in here. Get in here, you swine. Do it. Do it now. Make it happen. Xavier, Stargate. Stargate. Why specifically Jodie? I don't know. It's just what popped into my head, I guess. I just feel like I would. I wish that Jodie was like David Tennant. I wish that it just kept being Jodie over and over again. Wouldn't it have been great if when Jodie regenerated for the 60th specials, she just regenerated into herself? Wouldn't that be like the best? Anyhow, Xavier wants to make a Stargate page on the wiki. They can tell you why. Who up cleaning they toothbrush right now? No. Alright. Let's do this.
Yeah, baby.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh no! Fuck! But we already did a page! Oh. No, we didn't. We're fine. But we've already done this one! What are we gonna do?
Yeah, baby.
War in space! We've already done this one as well. Oh no, toothbrush! Ah! Yeah, I've wanted it for a while. I just need to comb through my PDFs. It's really commonly used by writers in the 2000s. Look how shit Stargate is and how good Doctor Who is. Hello, Craig! Oh my god! Craig the Panda, as I live and breathe. How you doing today, mate? Alright. Alright, Def. We got Def. Deef is on here. Deef is on here. Deef is on here. Craig, I'm higher on the leaderboard probably. Wait, which one are you? No, you actually aren't on the leaderboard at all for some reason. Weird. Let's do another spin. Why don't we do another spin?
Yeah, baby.
Yay! Apriotron. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. By the way, make sure to join me tonight because I will be on Twitch. I'll be doing some Marvel Rivals. It's going to be a good time. It's only a couple of days before the season changeover, and we get into season 3. Once we get into season 3, I'm going to be doing a lot more competitive stuff, so I'm really looking forward to it. Ryan, you stream so late. We have been talking about that. We have been talking about that and exploring the possibility of maybe doing Twitch streams like earlier on Wednesdays and just doing longer streams on Wednesdays if that's something people would be interested in. The streams are far too late for me to tune in. When ideally would you like them to be? The Cookie Boy. All right, we can do some market research right now. Would you prefer it if they were closer to the times the YouTube streams are at? Because, I mean, all I would need to do is not do it on these days, that's all. But would you prefer that? You go to bed at 2300 British time. So that means that if I was to start them at this time, then you would have 2 hours with me. If you could do it at like 4 on Wednesdays. When you say for, do you mean for, like, oh, I know what you mean. You mean this? Ah, okay, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yes. Okay. Well, we have talked about that, so maybe I could do something like that in the future. Alright. I think at GMT it's 8. Yeah, no, that's around the time. Like, right now, in British time, Bookie, right now, it is 9:44. The time I usually start these streams is 9 o'clock in the UK. That's when I usually do them. But yeah, I want to put more hours in, and I figure it makes more sense to start earlier than later if I'm going to do that. So on days where, like, I don't have this, I would just do more stuff on Twitch. Okay, for my time, I think that GMT is 8, so I'm like 5 hours before you. Okay. Well, yes, I will be doing stuff earlier on. These streams, I do like the time as it's just a bit after dinner. Okay. Well, I have more stuff coming at this time, I guess, once I can, like, figure it out. Maybe I'll experiment with that tomorrow and stream for, like, 9 hours. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing that. Seems like a good way to slowly transition into it, at the very least. What sort of games would you like? Ryan Molyneux 24/7 stream at some point? Yes. Aside from Undertale / Deltarune, he won't do that. I need overwhelming, like, support for me to stream a game. I will, if you guys, like, were to vote on it in the Discord, I would definitely stream a game once. But in terms of the commitment it would take to, like, complete a game, like a single-player game, I would need a lot of encouragement to do that, basically. I do not want Undertale or Deltarune, though. I'm not playing them. I'm not playing them. Anyway, I'm going to read this now. I mean, Uno would be fun. You know what you would enjoy if you like stuff like that? Fee is doing a takeover of my channel at some point soon, so you should probably tune in when that happens. My painting is annoying. I don't have an airbrush nor a good can of black spray paint. The mask in this particular model is a paint anyway, so I'm hand painting a painfully large area. Uno with Felicia. Doesn't that sound fun? I think it sounds fun. You hear that? What? Uno with Felicia. Okay. In philosophy, something a priori can be known without sense experience coming before experience, as contrasted with a posteriori knowledge, which is gained through interaction with the world. These terms are central to Immanuel Kant's pursuit of synthetic a priori knowledge. A priori knowledge which is not based on the meaning of the words in the statement. E.g., all bachelors are unmarried would not qualify. Etymologically, the suffix tron refers to an instrument or a device, things one would typically use in the formation of a posteriori knowledge rather than priori. Yeah. Fair enough then. Well, that was exciting. Let's go back to the Wheel of Name. That page was so boring that none of you even pointed out that I didn't have the wiki up.
Yeah, baby.
I just want to point that out. I'm lost when I'm reading. I'm reading the page. It was exciting. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Conclave of all popes. That's the one that you suggested earlier. I'm quite excited about that. But yeah, no, it was the page was a prioritron. And then there's an explanation of what a priori means, according to some old dead racist. And then, yeah, that's it. It wasn't that interesting. It sounds weird. It is weird. Conclave of all popes, however. Oh, it's faction paradox stuff. Amazeballs! I love that! The Conclave of all Popes was a group in the City of the Saved, which was composed of every human to lead the Catholic Church. At one time, the chair of the Conclave was Pius the XII. Shortly before the City of the Saved civil war, a significant minority of the Conclave, led by Beatrix II, banded together to prevent the use of a prophesied tyrant. This minority contacted Christina Judith the Meth and formed an alliance with the sons of Tepesh through her. Let me make sure I actually have the wiki up for this one. During the Civil War, the majority of the Conclave sanctioned Beatrix II for her association with the Sons. Alright. Yeah, that is true, actually. If anyone wants to join the Twitch Discord, it also has notifications for the YouTube streams. That is true, yes. So you only have to join that one if you want. Or you could join both. That's also possible. Alright, let's see here. Okay, we are going to spin the wheel now. So let me just find it again. There we go. Bam. Boom!
Yeah, baby.
Tardis Tales' universe. Is the Twitch Discord really separate from the main one? Yeah, it is, because I'm going for a completely different audience with the Twitch stuff. I'm not going for like Doctor Who themed ones. The Doctor Who one is Something Blue audio. You can still talk about Doctor Who in the Wild Magic one. That's more than welcome. It's just not the focus of what the channel is, that's all. Alright. There we go. TARDIS Tales' universe. Alright, one universe was home to TARDIS Tales, a version of the 8th Doctor, and Lizzie Sinclair, a version of Izzy Sinclair. Oh, they're all animals? Okay. The inhabitants of this universe were humanoid animals, with TARDIS Tales being a cat, with Lizzie Sinclair being a lizard. Okay. TARDIS Tales once got kicked out of Fishy Luigi's and attempted to sneak in with the assistance of Lizzie Sinclair. The 8th Doctor of another universe very briefly experienced his local counterpart's life when he was shown his various possible lives by the Glory. Let's take a look. Let's see. Wheel of Names. This comic is peak. So how we've been in for almost an hour immediately. It just happens, man. It just happens. Albert Speer. Albert Speer. We've already had this one. I'm sure we've already had this one. But just to be certain, let's take a quick looky look and see if any of my little grey cells get tingly at what I see. Probably not. Let's see. Albert Speer was a German architect and prominent Nazoid. Albert Speer was an active architect. It's crazy how like saying Nazboy can like get you demonetized. Like, they're like, oh, won't somebody please think of the Nazboys? Won't somebody please protect their little feelings? Fuck you, YouTube. I am allowed to say that. Okay, he would later be a defendant at the Nuremberg trials, according to Claire Aldrich. Speer was the only defendant to plead guilty. Speer would receive a 20-year prison sentence. Chris Schway, after watching a BBC Two documentary on the Nuremberg trials, felt Speer was trying to look regretful in order to avoid a 20-year sentence. Conversely, Claire Aldrich believed Speer had integrity. In the real world, Albert Speer actually pleaded not guilty to all charges at the Nuremberg trial. Speer did, however, try to give the impression of apologising to the court while stopping short of admitting personal responsibility. Fuck's sake. that's not why they're censoring it. I mean, it is the outcome, though, isn't it? He was ultimately found guilty of 2 of the 4 charges against him and sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. Spears' subsequent attempts to deflect responsibility and portray himself as the good Nazoid led rise to what is known as the Spear myth. Well, that's pretty cool. In a horrible, horrible way. Let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Oof. Doctor Strange! It took me a second to register what that even was. My god. Oh my, I really needed that more. Yeah, let's take a look at Doctor Strange's page on the Tardis Wiki, because I'm sure he has one. Okay. They want to remove ads from vids that mention the term because advertisers are worried about promotion. It's a zero tolerance sort of thing. Oh, I get you. Doctor Strange, or Doctor Strange, was a superhero who operated in Earth 616. He possessed various magical powers, such as levitation and a cash spell. In the Doctor's universe, accounts differed on whether he was a... Oh, shit, sorry. Sorry. There. My bad. There he is. Look at him loving life. Aha! Ho ho! He's loving it. He's loving it. He's loving it like this. Okay, let's see. Doctor Strange was among the superheroes who donated to Comic Relief in 1991, declaring by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth a cash spell, I think, while magically creating money. Couldn't he have just, like, fixed all of it then? Couldn't he have just, like, made it all work? If he had a cash spell, then why do you need, like, the British public to donate? That's something I've always found weird. Like, whenever one of the fucking millionaire entertainers are just like, just £2,000 can alleviate these people's suffering. Fucking give it to him then! You can afford it! We have bills, you don't. Like, I don't know. Always found that weird. Anyway. Doctor Strange once visited Marufia for Bonjax's birthday party, levitating near the bar. I'm seeing a lot of demand. A lot of demand for Najman. On December 31st of December 1999, a thoughtful man wearing a voluminous blue cloak was levitating in a brownstone in New York City. He cocked his head to listen to the warning screams of spirits. Doctor Strange comics were drawn by Ditko. David read Marvel comics and believed he had superpowers. As a kid, he believed he could hex people with satanic bolts of light like Doctor Strange. He also appeared as a character in the comic book The Defenders. As seen on a poster depicting one issue in Grant's childhood bedroom. He also appeared on a separate poster for the Mighty Marvel Comic-Con 1975. Bill Potts was a fan of a film that involved astral projection titled Doctor Strange. In 1991, Andrew Cartmel proposed a crossover between Doctor Strange and Doctor Who to Doctor Who magazine editor John Freeman called The Two Doctors. The plot Cartmel submitted involved a rock band that made a deal with a demon to become successful. Lee Sullivan made a piece of promotional art for the crossover with Doctor Strange. This seventh Doctor, an ace. Despite being a Doctor Who fan liking the idea of the crossover, Marvel editor-in-chief Tom DeFalco decided not to proceed with the crossover. Following the... Hang on, I need to check something. Bear with me for just 1 second. This is important. This is very important to me. I need to find it. I need to find it. So, yeah, no, this is good though, I promise. So, here's the thing, okay? Can't believe Scream Rant has an article about this. What's his name? His name is The Defiler, okay. I'm going to find a picture of him. There is literally that. I think the other problem with this idea is that they literally did this idea 3 years before with the Defiler in West Coast Avengers. Like, they literally... Like, nah. It's literally that idea. Like, look at this. Look at this right here. Hold on. He's gotta respect Fred. Fucking Reddit. Of course he does. Alright. Let's go back to our usual programming real quick. I feel like that's the real reason that crossover didn't work, is because that wasn't very successful. Alright. Let's go back to the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Usual programming. Bullying me. Oh no, we've already done this one. Hey, to be fair, Najawin, only Bookie is bullying you right now. If you actually want it to stop, I can make it stop. But it does kind of look like they're just being a bit silly, though. Alright, let's take a look. Whoa! What happened there? That's the old Halloween debate screen. I don't know why that popped up for a second. Lib left, Najawin reported for duty. That was funny.
Yeah, baby.
That was good. That was good. The Invisible Man! Okay. Let's look at this. Let's pop that in. Let's look up the Invisible Man. Okay. Category: people interviewed on Doctor Who Confidential, not involved in production of televised Doctor Who. I'll put that one on, yes. I will put that one on. Okay, amazing. Alright, let's take a look. The Invisible Man was a novel by H.G. Wells. When he met the Sixth Doctor, oh fuck, that fucking hurt. He used Contron crystals to alter time slightly so that his image would lag behind his physical self by a few seconds. This gave the illusion of invisibility. Earlier in his personal timeline, however, the Third Doctor claimed to have already done experiments with Wells so that Wells could make himself invisible. The Master met Griffin, the villainous Invisible Man himself, in the land of fiction. When Commander Karg used his perception camouflage matrix and became invisible, Lucy Skinner told Clyde Langer about this experience. She said she could see nothing, but knew it was there. Clyde asked if it was like the Invisible Man, and Lucy said yes. I don't know, I'm trying to spice it up. But Oh. Vincent Price played Jeffrey Ratcliffe in the 1940 film The Invisible Man Returns. In the 1950, he would have been a really good Doctor Who. In the 1958 TV version, Deborah Watling and Lisa Danieli were both regulars. Ryan, you're reading this so dramatically. You should be a voice actor. Robert B.E. voiced the Invisible Man in the unaired pilot episode, while Ian Stewart Black contributed several scripts. Guest stars included Adriana Corey, Darren Nesbitt, Peter Salis, Patsy Smart, Edwin Richfield, Noel Coleman, Colin Gordon, John Carson, Jack Watling, Honor Blackman, Leslie Phillips. I've heard of Honor Blackman. Ronald Frazier, Ralph Michael, Walter Fitzgerald, Alan Tilvan, Olaf Pooley, Patrick Troughton, never heard of him, Jack Melford, Robert Caldron, Duncan Lamont, Barry Letts, William Lucas, Ewan Solon, Anton Diffrin, Esmond Knight, Colin Douglas, Wolf Morris, Reed DeRoom, Keith Payot, Roba Rietti, Andre Morell, Derek Sidney, Andrew Keir, Barbara Shelley, John Arnott, William Squire, and Derek Sherwin. A 1984 BBC TV adaptation was produced by Barry Letts and script edited by Terence Dix. Ron Pember, Michael Sheen. I'm sorry. No, and then Coleman. What? What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I never know what's happening. I'm gonna go back to the wheel. The wheel is a safe place. The wheel is a soft and warm, forgiving place where everything is fine and nothing can hurt me.
Yeah, baby.
See? Oh! Is there really a story called Backcountry? Is there seriously a Doctor Who story called Backstory? Called called fucking Backcountry. I'm going to write a Doctor Who audio script in which the Doctor regenerates into Ryan, played by Ryan, and finds his companions, the Cookie Boy and Najawin, and fights the Hot Warriors by Craig the Panda in League of Xavier, and then we're gonna film it! Does the name Noel have meaning in Doctor Who? Oh! Oh, like Noel Clarke, the prolific sex offender. Oh dear. Alright. Does the short story Backcountry open with we were somewhere around Skaro on the edge of the desert when the drugs began to take hold? Because if it doesn't... What is happening? I don't know. Maybe we got a game. Is there a game? There's no story called Backcountry. I was lied to. I was fucking lied to. This is absolutely fucking scandalous. I'm so disappointed. Now I have to write it. Someone get Nick. Let me write a big finish called Backcountry. Let me write the Doctor as basically Hunter S. Thompson. Let me write a big finish called Backcountry, and I promise to call them off. I promise to call them off. Come on, Nick. Let's negotiate here. Ryan Molyneux, I don't think I have a page on Tardis Wiki. I have one on the Jenny Everywhere Wiki. I don't have one on the Tardis Wiki. Yet. I would like to emphasize that I have only ever played one gacha game. I never spent money on it and I stopped playing. I don't know what a gacha game is. What's a gacha game? I literally don't know what one is because I'm old. I guess. I just don't know. What's a gacha game? I'm so disappointed that there isn't a Doctor Who story called Backcountry. I'm like really sad about that. Like actually it's like it's like giving me like a small like just a little droplet of melancholy. Like the world's a little bit grayer because that doesn't exist. Well then you write it. Yeah, I could write it, but keep it, it's not gonna get fucking picked up, is it? And let's be honest, I ain't passing that fucking background check, am I? They're not gonna watch Tardis Wiki Roulette and be like, yes, this guy seems like he'd be a good fucking brand ambassador. Where the game's mechanics are sort of gated in part behind daily lottery draws, so it encourages you to spend money for better drop rates. Often waifus. All right, what is a gacha game? Was the one that you played? Was the one that you played a waifu game, Najafan? Yeah, no, I'm seeing these waifus right now. Jesus. So wait, it's a vending machine where you put in money and then anime titties come out. Am I understanding this correctly? Because that is what it seems to be. I'm gonna look it up. And if I see waifus... If I see waifus, Najawin... It's called Fate/Granddaughter. I'm looking into it now. Yep, that's a waifu game. No, it looks like it has lore as well. I see that there's also guys with swords. Lore! Little tidbits of info. Little nuggety boys. Or in this case, a vending machine that you put money in so that waifus come out. Jenny Everywhere. Oh man. So you get it for the hot guys with swords. I see. See, I'm down with that. Give me some hot guys with swords all day. That's how we met. What do you mean that's how we met? Me and you met shitposting about anime, talking to someone about how Naruto was dog shit. That's how we met. What are you talking about? That's genuinely how we met, by the way. I love the family show Doctor Who. No, it's the vending machine. Are you implying that I bought you or that you bought me? What are you implying, Fate? I got into Fate through the anime where it involves everyone dying and criticizing utilitarianism, not waifus, so my experience is slightly skewed. Okay. I believe ya. Thousands wouldn't. Alright. Felicia does rock. Felicia's amazing. Alright, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god! It's me! I don't think this exists on this page. No, sorry guys. Ask Venom, he'll back me. Okay. Damn, Jenny Roulette, yeah. Actually, Fee, have you seen Fate/0? You better hope she hasn't. Because if she has, whether it's a waifu thing or not, she's going to say that it is. Felicia watches stuff for anime titties. She's an absolute degenerate. Right, Fee?
What?
I said you watch stuff for anime titties. You're an absolute degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Alright, so...
Yeah, baby.
A drink stirrer! Didn't we already do this one and it wasn't anything? No! No! It worked! Ha! A box of drink stirrers was present in a food shop in Queen's Arcade during Operation Mannequin. The wheel yearns for another Jenny Roulette. I'll do a poll at some point soon. I'll be happy to do another Jenny Roulette. They're fun. I enjoy the Jenny Roulettes. They're fun. Okay, let's do another spin.
Yeah, baby.
Oh shit! I didn't realize the time. Okay. Two more. 2024! Ryan Molyneux, what if Ryan hosted Skibbity Toilet Wiki Roulette is on Jenny Wiki? Is it? Is there another Ryan running around in the Jenny Everywhere universe now? Does that mean there's two variants of me? Oh, that's fucking funny. I am just going to read the opening line from this because it's fucking amazing. Okay. 2024 was a year. Ruby Sunday was traveling with the 15th Doctor by this year. No, I'm not going to read the rest. 2024 was a year is amazing though. Okay. Let's do this one.
Yeah, baby.
The Fitzroy! The Tavern! Okay, according to an old man, the Fitzroy Tavern was considered the haunt of genius writers and artists at the turn of the 20th century. That's what I think of that. By the 1950s, he set it the place of second-rate journalists and novelists. He feared in another 50 years it would be home to radiophonic actors and pulp periodical writers. Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright drank at the Fitzroy Tavern in 1965. The Third Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith once drove past the Fitzroy. In the 1990s, the Fitzroy became a meeting place for Doctor Who fans. Paul Cornell, Robert Shearman, Russell Davis, Stephen Moffat and Nicholas Briggs were regular patrons. Part of the novel, The Happy Endings, was written in the Fitzroy Tavern as noted on the acknowledgements page. Yeah. Fee, you should play Age of Empires.
No.
I won!
No.
I mean so! Alright.
Yeah, baby.
Let's do one more spin and I'm going. Kit 10. What if K9 was cat instead of dog? Can you imagine such a thing happening? The infinite realms of possibility. What if K9 was a fucking dog? We've done this before, by the way. I mean cat! Kit 10 was the robot cat companion of the Doctor in a parallel universe in the place of K9. What? Kit 10 was less obedient than K9 and had a bad habit of getting stuck up trees. Being difficult to train, as was typical for cats, they preferred to do their own thing. Kit 10 had a pink metal exterior modelled after a cat, complete with cat ears, whiskers, and a tail. They featured a green eye screen and datacom probe. They wore a pink collar and had their name written in grey on their side. It's a horrible design. That's so ugly. Look at that. It looks like so close to being a nice design as well. Okay, I am now done. It is the end of the stream. I will not be raiding out to anyone because this is not Twitch. Come on Twitch later and come catch me and hang out with me and we're going to have a good time. Until then though, I leave you with this parting message. Bye!